This is Concacaf Video Signals, a Friday, April 10th edition. Today on Video Signals, looking forward to the final, we'll round up Concacaf Champions League semis. Let's go on a trip around the Confederation and finish the journey, as always, with the Concacaf quiz. We start with Concacaf Champions League, getting ready for an all-Mexican final with Cruz Azul hosting the first leg of the final series on Wednesday, April 22nd, when it receives Atlante at the Estadio Azul. The second leg will take place in Cancun a week later, where the first CONCACAF champion since 1996 will be crowned. And the winner will not only get the bragging rights, but also a ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup 2009 to be played in Abu Dhabi in December. The CONCACAF champion will join the best 6 teams from around the globe, including a representative from the hosting nation, in the quest for the world title. All qualified teams will share a pool of more than $16 million in prizes. The winner of the inaugural CONCACAF Champions League will be the first team to qualify to the World Cup and will wait until November to know its last 2 opponents, the African and the Asian sides. So the table is set and ready for the Champions League final, a series that promises to be nothing short than what these 2 teams showed on their semifinal matches. In the first game, Cesar Villaluz scored 9 minutes into injury time to secure a 3-1 victory for 10-man Cruz Azul, which at the end prevailed on penalties over the Puerto Rico Islanders last Tuesday, reaching the finals of the Champions League in a bid for a 6th CONCACAF club title. Let's enjoy highlights of that game. La Máquina was reduced to 10 men in the 31st minute when Cristian Riveros was sent off for a hard challenge on Islanders goalkeeper Bill Godet. But the red card did little to change the match, as Pablo Ceballos pulled Cruz Azul within 1 on the 44th minute, scoring his 4th goal of the tournament. And with 6 minutes left in the game, Javier Orozco scored his tournament-leading 7th goal, making the aggregate score 2-2 and sending both teams into extra time. Sandy Gabandia scored with a 30-yard blast 2 minutes into extra time, seemingly giving Puerto Rico the advantage. But Cruz Azul equalized again when Villaluz chested a cross into the air and headed over Islanders goalkeeper. With extra time ending on a global score of 3-3, the series was decided by penalty kicks. And it was goal hero Javier Orozco once again who converted the clinching penalty to help the Cementeros to a 4-2 victory in the shootout. With Cruz Azul already qualified, Atlante faced off Santos Laguna on Wednesday, beating the Guerreros with a last-minute penalty goal to overcome an adverse 2-1 aggregate. Let's take a look back to the action. Atlante was in an attacking mode from minute 1, and at the 7th minute, Cristian Bermudez sent the ball to the back of the net, but this goal was disallowed due to Rafael Márquez Lugo's previous charge on Rafael Figueroa. Márquez Lugo opened the scoring in the 42nd minute off a pass from Luis Gabriel Rey, making the teams level on aggregate. But Santos woke up right on time and equalized 23 minutes into the second half through Matias Buoso's 4th goal of the tournament, putting the Guerreros ahead 3-2 on aggregate. However, it was a short-lived celebration because 6 minutes later, Giancarlo Maldonado, who had come in as a sub shortly before, connected a center from the right, beating Osvaldo Sanchez and seemingly sending the game to overtime. But there was no need because 4 minutes into injury time, Gabriel Pereira was fouled in the box and the referee didn't hesitate in calling the foul. Rafael Márquez Lugo converted the penalty kick to give Atlante a 3-1 victory over Santos, sending Los Potros to the CONCACAF Champions League final, earning his team a 4-3 aggregate victory. Atlante won the CONCACAF title in 1983 and last appeared in the final in 1994. His opponent in the All-Mexican final, Cruz Azul, has won the CONCACAF Club Champions 5 times in its history. Cruz Azul will receive Atlante in the first leg of the finals on Wednesday, April 22nd in Mexico City, while the second leg will be played April 29th in Cancun. And now, let's take our regular trip around the Confederation. And we start in Cuba, where Mexico's under-17 team beat the locals 3-0 yesterday in the second of a 2-game friendly series played in Havana. Martín Luis Galván scored twice for the Mexicans, with Luis Fernando Telles scoring the 3rd. With this result, La Tricolor ended its tour to Cuba with 1 victory and 1 loss, and gets ready to face Trinidad Tobago in CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers starting in Tijuana on April 21st. Both teams share Group B with Costa Rica and Guatemala. The best two teams in Groups A and B will get a ticket to Nigeria 2009. And we stay in the Caribbean, where on Monday the San Juan Diablote of Trinidad will receive Inter Moengo Tapo of Suriname in the first game of the doubleheader at Manny Ramjon Stadium in Marbella, opening the second round of the Caribbean Club Champions Cup. The second duel will face Trinidad's W Connection versus SA Cavalier of Haiti. The third matchup between Green Bay Hoppers of Antigua and Tempete FC of Haiti will be played on April 20th. The second leg games of this second round will start playing on the same day as well. The three winners of this second round will join Puerto Rico Islanders for the semifinals on round-robin matches scheduled for May 15th in Trinidad. The third place and the final will take place on May 17th, with the first three teams qualifying to Concacaf Champions League 2009-2010. And now it's time for today's Concacaf quiz. Yesterday, we asked if you could name the team USA's Brian McBride played for in Germany. Well, the correct answer is the second division VfL Wolfsburg, where he had 18 caps during 1994-1995 season. Congrats to everyone who had it right, and now get ready for today's question. Costa Rica's Walter Centeno has played the majority of his career with Saprissa. He spent, though, a brief period of time with the AEK Athens in Greece. Can you tell when and for how long did he play in Greece? If you think you know the answer, please send an email to videosignals@concacaf.org before 12 p.m. New York time on Monday. Those who answer correctly will have their name placed into a weekly contest where the winner will receive a CONCACAF prize. And that's all for today. We invite you once again to check out the Spanish version of Video Signals on our Spanish language site at concacaf.com. We hope you watched and enjoyed that as well. Thanks for joining us at Video Signals, your source for CONCACAF news.